Okay, perfect. So first, I would like to thank you all for joining us today. I hope you're going to benefit from this webinar, which aims at just introducing a little bit what stock investing means to some of the traders, and also introduce our new offering, ICM Securities, which would give you the chance to just invest in the stock market. So we heard a lot this year about opportunities in the stock market, especially following the COVID outbreak, which at the beginning affected negatively the stock market. We saw a huge crash back in February and March, and this also elaborated into further opportunities, whether on the downside or after that when the market rebounded and reached record highs. We've been seeing record high, record rally or record performance from in many sectors in many countries, and even most of the people around the world or retail clients, they're just more interested into investing, since in the medium where central banks, they're just adopting low interest rates, traders, investors, or just any normal person who is seeking a bit of income or at least some return would be looking for some means of investment in order to just either to hold the value of their money or just generate few income that would support in a proper living. So first, we're going to start this webinar by just introducing what are the key reasons that would force you to invest, or what are the chances for you investing. And then we're going to talk about the performance of stocks this year, where could be some opportunities laying, and then we're going to introduce the ICM Securities platform. In the end, we're going to have definitely the Q&A. So all the questions that you have, you can keep them to the end, and we can discuss them. So why you should consider investing in stocks? Usually when someone, and especially if you're just on social media or everywhere, like talking about how life is going or how life has been in the past year, with everyone who was facing hardships, either like following closures or just not being able to perform properly while being at home. So all these factors just impacted the financial stability of many people. However, on the other hand, many people just did benefit from some opportunities in the markets, especially those who got like very good entries in some of the down value or undervalued sectors or undervalued companies. They were able to make a lot of return, but also this has a certain risk. Also, we saw in the past month in January what happened with GameStop and how the stock rallied a couple of hundreds%. Also, we've been like tracking how Elon Musk, one of the top performers, or even he was the richest a couple of days ago until Tesla just lost some percent. How he was being able to just show what you can do in the markets. He's been signaling some of the opportunities which many people benefit from his words. So in terms of reaching financial stability, you have to just have a certain plan for you. You need to save part of your money, just invest part of your income, so it doesn't get eroded with inflation. We're going to be talking about this. Try to eliminate debt as much as you can. Manage your expenses, not going on over expenses when you're just limited on income. Plan what you're going to do in terms of assessment for the money that you gain. You need to plan what you have to do with this money in order to just be efficient on what you are receiving. As we said, managing money also includes reducing expenses. You'd have to look for ways in order to increase your cash flow, in order to have a better financial situation. And all these, definitely investment plays a major role in just improving your financial stability. It's just one of the key roles. Maybe some of the countries, they are a little bit away from this culture, from this mentality, but let's take into consideration what happened in the United States for the past while. Many even teenagers, they would be chasing stocks and just looking for opportunities in the stock market, since they believe investment is one of the key principles in order to reach better financial stability, especially if you're just looking for a time for a retirement. So many people, many just youngsters, they want to retire early. Many, even people in the 30s, 40s, they just want to save for their retirement or just have a certain lump sum for their retirement, and maybe they can get this through investing in stock markets and funds and etc. So, and if many of us would prefer to have additional income in order to seek their financial stability, and this is one of the main movers for us to invest in the stock market. Why you should consider investing in stock market? Again, money sitting in cash loses its value. Meaning, if you're just having the money today, we know that there is a time value of money, and as the time goes on, the money that we're holding without investing, we're going to lose its value, since we have a period of inflation every year. The living expenses, they're just getting a little bit of a push higher. So this definitely would weigh on the value of money that we're having if it's just in cash, if we're not doing anything, if we're not gaining a certain return on this money. So as you can see on this small chart in front of us, we can see the money value and the debt value will drop as we go through the time. However, investment value, investment income can increase, because investment income usually depends on also compounding. And this is just a key factor in just multiplying your money, and try to keep your living expenses in control. So you need to invest the money that you have in order to keep up with the inflation that would erode the value of your money, and just try to limit your living expenses. So this is also another good reason to invest. The third reason, you need to diversify. So many people, for example, they do look for their job as a key income. So they just rely on their jobs for income. So if, for example, if they lose this job, they're going to be left out without any income. If they have some of the investors would like, for example, to rely on their jobs if they have any companies, and then also, for example, real estate. But this also this is a small type of diversification, going for real estate and going depending on your job or on your stakes in some companies. So what you need to do is just add these asset classes that you need to invest in: equities, shares. So you have to put, for example, let's say you have $10,000, $100,000, or X amount of dollars. You have to put a certain percentage in cash. You have to put a certain percentage in fixed income, just earn interest on it. You have to get some of this percentage in stocks, equities, and the other part could be left for high speculative investments, for example, or for high risk investments. That could be some leverage trading or margin trading, which could sometimes be profitable to some people. And this is also something that ICM offers on the side of ICM Securities. Fourth, become a shareholder in a company that you love. For example, many people that use Apple, they're just loyal customers, or they have they're loyal to their brand. They want to invest in this company. Many people lately, they're just adoring Tesla, since many made a lot of money with Tesla, a stock that rallied a couple of 100% in a short time. This was just a gold mine to many, and this is why a lot on the market, they just love Elon Musk for the reason that they made money out of his company, or out of his idea of making electric cars. An example, if you're just a Starbucks user, for example, if every day you go to Starbucks and you feel like Starbucks is something essential for people, or it's just a successful business, also you can invest in Starbucks. If you're using Facebook and you can see like many people around the world, almost 2.7 billion users are using Facebook, and you believe that this company could prosper enough, and more, you can just invest in the long run for Facebook. Also, if you see some companies, they're just overvalued, or you believe like their type of services or the products that they offer would not match the current growth and what's happening in the world, or the current world developments, maybe also this could lead them to go out of business. And this is what we saw, for example, for a while with BlackBerry, with Nokia, where they dropped, they lost a huge value that they already gained a while ago, because they couldn't keep up with the change. And this also could create an opportunity. So investing is not only on going long on a company and just buying a company and holding it for long in order to just have some returns. Also, some companies that are overvalued, and maybe their line of business won't be able to maintain a proper path as we develop further in the world. So also this could create some opportunity for people make money. So these are mainly some of the reasons why you should consider the stock market as part of your investment. Now let's highlight some of the top stock markets around the world. We mostly know the New York Stock Exchange, by far one of the largest and the largest in the world. Nasdaq comes next, Japan Exchange Group, Shanghai Stock Exchange, and Hong Kong exchanges. Recently, we've been hearing a lot of people just going to invest in Asia due to the way they handled coronavirus, and they were able to just prosper in a faster pace than Europe and the United States. And this just created a good medium for investment, for example. And this led to also sharp rise in some of the stocks in these regions. Also, Euronext, Shenzhen Stock Exchange, London Stock Exchange, one of the oldest, and the Saudi Stock Exchange, which is remarkable. And the performance that we're having, for example, this year on the Saudi Stock Exchange, and this is just driven by what we're seeing as a rally in oil prices. So also you can link the stock market performance with performance of other commodities, performance of certain governments maybe. So this all will lead to a certain trend in the stock market. So also you can diversify these allocations based on certain criteria that we'll be talking about in a while. New York Stock Exchange and American Stock Exchange dates back to 1792. World's largest stock exchange by market capitalization, 28.5 trillion in June 30, 2018. I believe we crossed above 30 with the current rally that we witnessed this year. The market just was extremely rewarding. Traditionally relied on floor trading, but nowadays it's electronic. But also floor trading is still available, but mainly for institutionals that do clear some of the big trades. So they can also rely on the floor for clearing. Opening from Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time. So this is just give you time to trade on the market. And also there are some pre-market and pre-market trading setups where you can just access the market, but definitely it needs certain criteria for this. A fast fact: the New York Stock Exchange passed the milestone of 1 million shares traded in a single day back in 1886. So we're talking about almost 140 years back, 134, 135 years back. In 1987, 500 million shares were changing hands or were exchanged on the New York Stock Exchange during a normal business day. By 1997, 1 billion shares were traded daily on the New York Stock Exchange. So you can see how the know-how of trading and the ease of trading just supported having definitely bigger volumes. And this is just now is increasing more and more with more algo trading and more access to people through trading. So now, for example, ICM is just providing you a platform where you can easily access the stock market, whether in the United States, whether in the GCC, whether in London, in Europe. You can just access it either using your cell phone, your laptop. So it's very easy now to access the stock market. Before, it was very hard to just execute a trade. You needed to go to the floor in order to do it, and then after that we had teletrading, and now it's very easy. With a blink of an eye, you can just execute any trade and any stock that you want. Top stock indices performer. This is also one of the main reasons why people prefer, for example, stocks for trading, since historically proven main or top stock markets for a top performing for top economies. They were just amazingly in an uptrend. So this goes back. This is the Dow Jones chart, goes back to 1897, and you can see how Dow Jones reacted since then till today. You can see one-way rally. This is the S&P 500. It has the top 500 companies in the United States. Also, you can see the uptrend since 1971. This is Nasdaq. It's mainly heavy in it's a tech-heavy index. You can see also how the market rallied. You can see this boom that happened in 2000, the dot-com bubble, and how the market crashed. But after that, also we had another recovery, short recovery. And since the coronavirus outbreak, you can see this drop here. The market just rallied to record highs, and now we're seeing more prosperous technology stocks. So this is just a small example on the performance of these stock indices. These stock indices, they're just bundle of stocks. They just show us how different sectors, different stocks in different sectors, they are performing. What to consider when picking a stock? So there are a couple of ways to just look for a stock. It's either you can go for a stock screener where the platform can do it for you, and ICM Securities just can help you with picking a stock if you have the criteria that you want for a certain stock. So you start with financial statements. Many of us learned about balance sheets, income statements, all which can allow us at least to know what the company is doing in terms of revenue, losses. So if the company is winning, if the company is losing. So this is just one of the simplest examples to look at a company. Many people, they prefer just investing in companies that are making money. Many people also, they prefer investing in companies that at the current moment they're losing, but they see that there could be a very good potential or huge potential for this company to prosper in the future. And this is just a very good opportunity for them. We all remember Amazon, how it was losing in the first couple of years until now it's one of the top companies in the world. So many investors would believe that some losing companies, they could have hidden value, and this hidden value could just lead to great opportunities for investment. So we have the financial statements and ratios. Among these ratios, price to earnings. So we just evaluate the price of a share to the earnings of the company, and this would just give us an idea if the company is fairly valued, it is overvalued, it is undervalued, and based on this, you can also take a trade or invest in a certain company or avoid this company. Debt to equity also, this is a good ratio to just decide whether the company is just solid or not. Also, some would look for leadership decisions. For example, now Elon Musk is one of the remarkable people in the world. So if Elon Musk just goes into a new company, many people, they would believe that this company would succeed, or this company would be one of the top companies, since Elon Musk just showed what he can do, for example, with Tesla, with SpaceX. So all this is just can contribute to certain opportunities in a couple of stocks. Long-term stability and health. So if the company is just, for example, taking risk in a proper manner, not over leveraging, just looking for a healthy medium, that's also rewarding. So just weighing the risk to reward. So this could also give an investor a good idea about how the company could perform in the future, unlike a company that's just going hard on risk, trying to just make a lot of progress in a short amount of time, which could add the risks of failure. So also this could give a trader a small insight on how to just assess a company. Position in sector or comparing to peers. So this, if you just, for example, take into consideration the automotive sector. So many of us can just look to invest, let's say, in Daimler. So they want to just check how Daimler is performing relative to Toyota or relative to Ford. So this is also just one of the ways to look for a company. For example, the airline sector, if you're just looking for American Airlines or Delta or Southwest, so all these, you can just compare them. It's either you can trade the sector itself, or you can just trade the comparison between companies. So this is also another way to pick a stock. Sector status. So we heard a lot of people just going for robotics lately after the COVID-19 outbreak. Many preferred the biotech. So it's all about what's happening in the world and how it's impacting certain sectors. So we could just look whether these sectors are promising or not. Small example, green energy versus fossil fuels. Many people believe that the green energy is the future, and they've been investing a lot in companies who do or create projects for green energy, and they believe it will prosper in the future, while they were getting out or exiting their investments in traditional energy companies. So this is also a way to look for a company. Momentum. Recently, after GameStop, we heard a lot about momentum. So the way people are behaving with money, sometimes it's leading to a one-direction trade. All this could lead to an opportunity. So whenever you see a trade or a stock just gaining more momentum in a certain direction to the upside, for example, this could also be a good idea maybe to invest in this stock. Maybe sometimes this momentum is just over inflating the real price or the real value of a company, but sometimes also momentum could just be rewarding if you know how to trade it. Liquidity and volume. If you want to trade in a stock, you better know whether this stock is liquid, meaning that if I want to execute my trade, I want to make sure that I get executed early, because we all know that these stocks are traded on an exchange. So I would prefer trading a stock that has, for example, a volume of 10 million stocks per day, and not trading a stock that has 5,000 volume, 5,000 shares in volume per day. So definitely this is one of the options that you have also to keep an eye for. There's another way. If you just go for technical analysis, if you're one of the lovers of technical analysis, you can just also set the chart, and since you believe that the market discounts everything or the price discounts everything, so you can take your decisions based on certain price patterns. And we hear a lot about price patterns being formed or fractals that could also lead to certain good trades. Stock market sectors, these are among the top sectors or the sectors that are available usually in markets: energy, materials, industrials, consumer discretionary, consumer staples, healthcare, financials, information technology, communication services, utilities, and real estate. So each of these sectors, they have certain factors that affect them. For example, financials, they do benefit from high interest rates. For example, if we go for consumer discretionary, they're just the least needed when people are in shortage of funds. For example, staples, they are or the defensive sectors, they usually do well most of the time relative to those sectors or those companies, let's say, who provide some services that people don't use. For example, taking into consideration what has happened recently, the leisure stocks, so talking about hotels, about these like carnivals and other activity producing companies, they were suffering since no one was going out due to COVID. However, we saw a huge or a solid performance for those companies that provide essentials to consumers. So also stock market sectors are just top, and so you need to assess the sectors in order to just have a proper investment. So these are this is a small roundup on what you have to consider when looking at the stock. So now we're just going to move to ICM Securities. What's ICM Securities? It is a platform that grants you access to top stock exchanges around the world. So what we've done with ICM Securities is that we merged many stock exchanges in one platform. So you can trade US stocks, you can trade European stocks, you can trade GCC stocks, all in one platform. This would allow you to just diversify your portfolio. If you remember the picture of the eggs in one basket, you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket, because if the market collapses, for example, you're gonna suffer a lot. However, if you diversify, your risk is gonna lessen, and also you will be making like a progressive return. So that's why by combining top stock exchanges, for example, what we've seen recently, let's say emerging markets, they were outperforming recently. So some of the US stocks were trading sideways for a while, for example, taking FANGs into consideration. So also this would just lead you to investing in the markets that are performing properly. So this would be one of the main proper planning for your portfolio. Allows you to become a shareholder of a company. So now you have two options to trade the stock. It's either you go for the contract for difference that we have on our MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, and CTrader platforms. This would allow you to trade the stock using leverage, but just trade the face value of a stock. While if you want to become a shareholder, you are owning the share itself, and you are eligible to earn dividends. Trade invest in different sectors within a country or different countries. So for example, as I was saying and mentioning the sectors, you can now invest in different sectors in different countries. So for example, if you believe this sector will perform better in this country than the other one, so you can go long on one and go short on the other. So this is also just a small way to invest, or a small strategy that many people use in investing, and the platform would make it easy for you do. The exchanges that ICM Securities provide: markets in the MENA region, Abu Dhabi Exchange, Dubai Financial Market, Nasdaq Dubai, Bahrain Bourse, Egyptian Exchange, Amman Stock Exchange, Muscat Securities Market, Qatar Exchange, Saudi Stock Exchange, and Bursa Kuwait. We've been seeing a huge rally in the Saudi Stock Exchange and the Abu Dhabi Exchange recently, since they're benefiting from oil prices. So this also could create some opportunities for people who were looking or who were anticipating this strong recovery in oil prices, and they did benefit from the overall outlook of countries who rely heavily on oil for their economies. Moving to markets in Europe, we have the London Stock Exchange, domestic and internal, and also the SHE-X Europe. Also, it gives a lot of stocks in Europe to trade. Markets in America, New York Stock Exchange, Nasdaq, and the other two Nasdaqs for the OTC or over-the-counter trading. So mainly, this is just a great combination of the markets that you can trade within one platform. So now let's move to the platform. You can access the platform through ICM's website. It's a web portal. You can just go to ICM Securities. I'm just going to demonstrate. So if you go to ICM Securities, ICM.com, and here you can just go to ICM Securities under platforms, and you can click on launch web portal, and this will open. So when you apply for an account for ICM Securities, you're gonna have a login password and a trading password. So here you're gonna use the login password just to log in to the platform, and the trading password, you will be using it whenever you want to execute any trade. So this is the platform. It's very user friendly, very straightforward. You can have it also on your mobile phone, and it also has almost similar interface on the mobile phone. So don't worry about this. So this is how the platform would look like. You have the watch list here, and you have the chart. You have a certain ratios, and here you have the terminal or the executor. So first, let's say I want to look for a certain stock. Let's name, for example, Amazon. I would just go for search MAZN. I will have Amazon, and then I click on it. It's added here. You can just change. This is the last price of close yesterday, 3194. This is the change. This is the percentage change. The chart, you can just click on the chart to go for it. This is the day range. So it closed up to on the 90.79% of the range. This is a great tool for traders in order to just assess how the performance of a certain stock was relative to the day, or where it closed relative to the day performance. If the small trading on stocks, usually if the company trades at the top of the range, usually this is promising for the second day, and this could just give a hint for a trader or an investor to just invest in this company. The bid and offer, this is the trading after market and the pre-market, so you can have a look at it, bid and offer. So this is where you buy and sell. The bid quantity, the prices that are available, the amount that's available on the bid, and these are the trades that are executed. So let's say we're going to look at Amazon. I just click at Amazon. You can see here the price of Amazon. This is the chart, so you can just assess. Also, if you want to go for the professional chart, also you can do it. It's very easy. So this is just a small demonstration on the performance. So you can have, for example, let's say 3 month. You can see here the 3-month performance for Amazon. I'm just gonna go for the chart or the professional charts in a while, so don't worry about it. Here at the bottom, you can see the last price, the previous close, low, turnover, the number of trades that took place, the percentage change, all the information that you need to know about the trading of the stocks that took place. Here, this is the way to execute. It's very simple and straightforward. So, for example, let's take into account this stock, the SLA from the United Kingdom. So, if you want, for example, to just execute a trade, you just click on it, SLA. You choose the quantity that you want. Definitely, you need to set a limit. We always advise to go for a limit as order type and not market, since you know the market is just matching. So if there is no enough liquidity and you go for a market, if someone is putting a certain amount to sell at higher than the market price with for example, 1%, you're gonna execute it at the top instead of having the price that you want. So for example, 324.2, this is the if you want the order to be they order. If you want the trades to be, for example, if you have 1,000 shares to be executed and you want them all on the same price, you can just go for all. If you want all or none, it means that all the share quantity should be executed on the same price, or none would be executed. So this also just for execution. You go for an expiry. Also for the order, it's good till cancel, good till day. So also this just puts a type of time limit or a limitation on the stock. This is the action if you want to buy or sell, and you just validate. So these were the orders here. You can see the orders. When I just click on the trade, you're going to see the trade jumping here into orders. This is the portfolio. It has nothing. We're not holding any asset. And this holding allocation also is showing nothing since we don't have any assets. And this is the account summary. It's showing the amount of money available in the account, $331, for example, and we have no unrealized P&L since we're not holding anything. So if I want to execute the trade, I just go for buy, and here I have to enter the trading password that I was talking about. So I want to buy SLA. This is the side buy, the quantity 1, the limit type. The type of the trade is a limit. The price 324.2, for example, and I just enter the trading password, which usually you have you receive on your email or on your secure area, and then you click on submit. When I click on submit, I can see here that this order was set and the order is sent successfully and it got filled. The order got filled quickly, and then I go for the portfolio. I can see that I'm holding SLA, and if I want to go for holdings, I can see that my whole portfolio is just holding SLA. So if I have a couple of stocks, this the holding allocation would help me in just checking how my portfolio is diversified. So for example, I have stocks in energy sector, I have stocks in technology sector, in real estate, in healthcare. So all these, it's going to be very easy for me to check my portfolio allocation based on this. It's very easy and straightforward. This is the account summary, so you can see here the buying power now that's left, and so you can see the buying power that's left, $285, unrealized P&L due to a certain commission structure. So this is just the amount that that's just sent. So this is a very straightforward look on the trading console that you have in front of you. Now let's move to the second one, the trading. If you just click on this 3, you're going to have a bigger look. So going to portfolio here, you can see that on your portfolio you are holding SLA, found quantity 1. This is the cost price, the market price, the value. You can have all the details for your current holding. I'm holding 100% this SLA stock. If I want to move to orders, currently I have no orders. This was my last order. It was a limit order and it got filled. This is the account details. If I want, this is the summary of my account, the money that I deposited, what I'm holding now, the money that's left to buy stocks, the current P&L. If I want an account statement also, I can just ask for an account statement for a certain period. Closed positions, if I want to close, this is a previous trade, but if I want to close my position, it's going to show here. So let's just close our position. If I want to go to trading console again, I just click, I just go for a portfolio, I go for right click, and I go for sell. And by this way, I will be able to sell my order, but definitely I need to add the trading password. But order sent successfully. So now you can see when the order, you can see here the order is queued. So it means that the order is waiting. Since my order is a limit order and not a market order, I did set a certain price to close this or to sell this share at. So it's currently queued. When it gets filled, I'm just going to receive a notification and the status would be filled. So currently I'm still holding this stock, but with an order to sell it at a certain price. And when it gets filled, I'll be able to see here the closed positions. Here also you can just set the date for your positions and also whether you want to see the ones that you close in profit or loss. This is just for your assessment. If you want requests for deposit, withdrawal, transfers, and history, you can just do it from this page. It's very straightforward. You just fill all your details and you can go for it. Focus, this is the list that shows up. If I'm focusing on certain companies, I'll be able to find them here. So this is very straightforward. Moving to market, this is just a generic market overview. If you want to know mainly about the GCC markets, if you want to go for foreign markets, whether we're talking about the United States or Europe, or just you can just have a certain chart in order to have updated analysis and updated data. Watch list, this is something very cool here. If you're just looking for certain stocks, let's say I want to go for NASDAQ. I click on NASDAQ, I can see all the companies listed in NASDAQ. There are two ways to see this. This is the classic, and we have the dual row. I'm just going to stick to the classic. These are all the companies listed. You can just click here. For example, if I want to trade only the stocks that are up on the session, I just click on this percentage change, and I can see those top performers. If I'm looking for a momentum trade, I can trade based on these changes. I want to look for example, cheap stocks. I just go for click on last, and I can see which are the most expensive and which are the cheapest stocks. So based on this here, it's very easy to just click on any one that you want and go for the one that most fits your criteria. For example, I want to go for the one that has the most volume. I click on volume, and I can see that Apple has the most. Also for trade, this goes for trend and goes for the 52-week range. So it's very easy, straightforward. You can have the list straight into your page, and based on the columns that you see on this list, you can just click on it and have the stock that suits your criteria in order to trade. Also on the dual row, you can just go for this. It's just a better look, but definitely has less columns. But also this one of the advanced looks that you can have. Global markets, this is just one for having a quick look on what's happening in the market, but also we rely on our MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, and CTrader platforms to offer commodities, currencies, and stock indices. This is news and announcement. Also, for example, let's go for you can select your certain provider, and you can see here the news that they offer for example, local markets. You can just pay for the news and announcements that you want for US stocks or European. Also, for example, here for analytics, you can just go for top stocks. Let's say here we're talking about the Dubai financial markets. You don't know much about Dubai financial markets. But you want to invest in this market. You just click on Dubai financial markets, and here you can see a list of the stocks that are performing well, technically, fundamentally, and their performance. You can see here the stock. You can just click on the stock, and this also will take you to the page that has all the information about the stock. Moving to chart, also it's straightforward. So let's say here I'm using Amazon. This is the chart, the professional chart. So you can just use whatever you want on the chart. You can just set your time frames. You can just draw on the charts, look for certain levels. So it's very straightforward, just similar to any charts for any trading platforms. The stock profile also, it just connects with the previous page. So going for Amazon, it gives you all the details that you need to know about Amazon turnover trade. This is for trading, 52-week high, low, open, volume, bid and offer. All these here we can have the financial ratios, the earnings, so all the details, and also you can have additional information definitely with a certain chart. You can here just access the advanced chart that we just got out of the code. Also, you can see everything related to the pricing, corporate actions, also all the corporate actions that the company have with dividend details, earning release. So all these you just check when they are coming out. The news also, you can find news here, but definitely, as I said, just you need to subscribe for this. The screener similar goes to this. So if you're trading, let's say on a technical perspective, I want to see all the stocks with RSI above 50. So I just select the stock markets, I go for screen, and then I have all the stocks whose RSI is breaking above 50. If I want to, for example, to go for price EPS lower than 5, And RSI crossing above 50, I just go for screen. I have nothing since none of the stocks are matching the criteria. I stick to lower than 5 PER or price per earning, and I can see here these are the stocks that fit my criteria, and I just can click on any stock that I want to trade. So as you can see, it's very straightforward, very simple to just trade on this platform. It offers all many stocks, and it's straightforward in just trading. So this is all for the session today. If you have any questions, please now you can write them down. Yes, sure. There will be a digital certificate for sure, definitely. This is the platform doesn't offer margin trading. It's one-to-one. So if you want, for example, to buy a certain stock that costs $5, you're gonna pay $5. We don't do margin trading on the ICM Securities platform. While margin trading and the contracts for difference, they're available on the MT4, MT5, and CTrader. Yes, when you're becoming a company shareholder, so when you're buying the stock, when you're paying, when you're going for the stock itself and not going for CFD, you're eligible for all the ownership rights. You are most welcome. If you have any questions, further questions, please write them down. Perfect. I believe this is it for today. If you still have any questions, you can just email us at support@icm.com or webinar@icm.com, and we'll be glad to help you. I wish you all, okay, there's someone. Can I trade a fraction of a share? No, unfortunately, we don't offer a fraction of a share on this platform. Hopefully in the future, just if this is just gonna get more easier to just offer, we're gonna do it. But at the current moment, we don't provide it. Any further questions before closing? On ICM Securities, we don't provide leverage trading, so it's one-to-one trading. But on our MT4, MT5, and CTrader, we have leverage trading for contract for difference. We do offer a variety of US shares that you can trade on the other platforms with leverage. No, definitely not. When you're holding the stock, there are some custody fees, but it's just for certain stocks and certain exchanges. You can just find this on ICM.com website under product specifications. So you can just have a look on all the details for custody. But definitely, we don't if you're just going for swaps or these kinds of charges. No, since you're not using leverage, it's one-to-one trading. You're just getting your money and buying a stock with it and just holding the stock. So we don't provide these charges. There can be some custody fees, but depends on the exchange and depends on the stock. For broker charges, you can just check the ICM products, ICM security specification. We have them all listed there for all exchanges, all the charges that you have to pay per trade, and if there are some custody fees, also you'll be able to check them on that page. You are most welcome. If there are any questions before closing. Perfect. I believe this is it for today. Thank you all for joining. I hope you did benefit. Make sure to always, when you're considering investing, just assess your risks. And if you need any support, we're just there at support@icm.com or webinar@icm.com. I would be glad to help you. Thank you all again for joining, and wish you safe and successful trading week.